Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We are back with another NXT after show, review show, whatever you want to call it. We are back. Everybody's favorite duo is back here on this Tuesday. I am Katrina from NCAT We Trust, host creator of all of that. And I do a lot of stuff, so I'm going to just leave it right there. But I have with me my twinny twin, Shay. How are you today?
You know, I got one out of my two picks for the last chance Iron Survivor. So you know what? I'm pretty decent. How are you?
I am pretty well. Pretty well. I'm a little tired, but it's also because yesterday was kind of crazy. And then we put up my Christmas tree today, and so
How was that?
tired now about that. But yes, otherwise I am well. Hey, George, what is up? So what were your I guess quick thoughts on NXT before we like break it
Um,
down and all that
I
stuff?
loved it. This was a really fun episode. It was a lot of fun matches, like back to back to back to back. I was like, this is the tea I needed. So I was fed. I was very very happy.
Yeah, no, definitely was a lot happening on this. I definitely thought a lot of it's fun, and I will get to um I will get to one a moment eventually that I really was like, oh yes, girly. Um, but as I said before we went live, I just need to say, I just want to say to everybody else in the chat as well that you was making me thrive with Roman Reigns video clips that needed to be said. I was like, talk about it, Joseph. Whip all whatever you need. I was like, yes. I remember how well I thrived
It
when
was
I first
crazy
saw
that
those
he like
clips.
told the future.
Thriving right there, thriving. Um, but
Mhm.
let's get into the fact that right after George said that he came right in talking about it's going to be negativity is crazy work. came right in, came right in, and so their first matchup was the Survivor Iron Survivor qualifier match between Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, Thea Hale, and Fallon Henley. And so this matchup, before we even like got anything really situated with this, Kiana pretty much took out Roxanne pretty early on with her bag, her bag that we have in the bricks in it. She took her out pretty early on and kind of she landed like Roxanne landed on the steel steps. And I was like, oh, all right. And so because this was all happening, this left the match between Fallon and Thea. And so I thought this was, really solid. The fact that it was all this happening with Roxanne and Kiana, I felt like all of this was going on, and it didn't really take away from what we actually got in the match. I thought this was like, as far as keeping the feud going, but not in a way where it's like deterring away from the match. And so I, thought this was cool. Um, this I was slightly surprised only with the way this I guess played out only because I don't know, it's just she hasn't really been doing anything recently. So I mean, I guess if this is what we're doing, but basically, Fallon will did a running kick and will lay out via Hell to move on into the Iron Survivor match. And so I do think because her and Tiffany do have this like, little weird feud thing happening, it's not. I think it's a pretty okay choice. I'm okay with the choice. Uh, hey, Jeffrey. I think it's a good choice with it just because she does have the thing happening with Tiffany Stratton. Um, and even during this with Roxanne and Kiana, it's like they fell through like fell off the barricade to the announce table, which is a lot happening, honestly. And so I thought this was a really fun open. I thought this was really well done. And again, the fact that I think the women who have made it to the Iron Survivor Challenge has been pretty solid. And I'm okay with that. I do think it should still be Kalani who wins it. I stand by that. And if Sol Roca was not injured, I would have even possibly said, if she was around, it would have been her because I thought she should have, been before she got injured. And so I'm okay with the win, even though I'm not really a Fallon fan, just because she gets on my nerves. But in regards to the fact that there's no way Roxanne and Count is going to keep doing anything when they keep interrupting each other, and so there's no point of even trying to, it's just not. It's going to be a situation, and so for me, I thought out of the two, I guess it made sense because she has a thing with Tiffany, and I'm really not sure what Dia is really doing currently with regards to she's there and she's in Chase U and so whatever. But otherwise, really fun open to NXT. What were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun match. Regardless of even though the person I wanted to win didn't win, I was kind of good with Thea winning, which is a lot for me. But yeah, I would have rather that than Fallon, just because I feel like she hasn't really been in stuff. So I mean, but I guess this is how you put her in stuff. But I don't think she's winning whatsoever. I definitely think it's either Blair or Kalani that's winning. Period. It's one of those two. Yeah, I feel like it has to be one of those two. Honestly, not even just need, but it has to. Literally, I think. I mean, it could be Lash too, but I feel like Lash is so wrapped up right now with the metaphor stuff. I just don't think right now is that time. And with Tiffany, she's already been to. I already told you, I really don't like to see people who've already been to the top of the mountain in this match. I know we only on the second one, but I'm just setting a precedent. I would rather see people who haven't had the title in the match personally, because it just makes it feel like more exciting that way. Like, oh, this person won. Okay, they've already been champs, so I already know what that looks like. I want something different. That's just me.
No, I'm with you on that. Honestly, I'm also a firm believer in we don't need to have. If we know a person kind of made it there, why do they really need this to make it back? And so I'm definitely with you on that. In regards to you guys, Nikita, I mean, I guess if y'all want to hype that up, I mean, I guess if she's back, okay. Is she gonna do anything important? No, but whatever. You guys seem excited that she's back. I guess personally, whatever. No, no, no. Y'all can do that on your own time. Okay, on your own time. Y'all can be. She is not gonna do anything but sit there and make the weird karate things that she be doing when they get camera time on her. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Because, ma'am, stop. And so she's not going to do anything. She's going to be there, and then she's going to distract somebody like Blair who can actually wrestle. And I'm going to be annoyed. We don't need that. Blair can wrestle, Nikita, and we don't need those. We don't need those kind of. What we can get from her is IG time. Okay. But I mean, that's fine and well. But I stand by what I said. We don't really what is she gonna do? Nothing. And ask that to what? See, you about to get me? Let me stop. I'm about to stop right there. Stop myself right there. And so after that, there was a couple of segments. One being Lyra Valkyria was shown watching a match, which I'm not sure why she was watching it backstage like that, but whatever. I guess watching the match. But Tatum Paxley was staring at her through a window, which I thought was okay, that's kind of creepy. And then Kelly Kincaid interviewed her afterwards. And Lola and Elektra Lopez kind of warned Lyra to watch her back, which then in turn meant Tatum felt she needed to challenge Lola to a match. Also, Izzy Dame did check on Kiana in the trainer's room before Roxanne would go and beat up Kiana again. And Ava, which I was a little surprised by, because I'm like, when did you get power, sis? When did this happen? She kind of said they would have a fight at Deadline, and I'm like, well, that was obvious where it was going, but I don't know why. She was the one who said it. There will always be Nikita Lyons Slender. But otherwise, I guess we'll see what's going to happen with these developments, because again, watching somebody from a window is kind of weird. just giving the vibes that like, why are we watching me watching the match backstage? It's kind of creepy. Like, why don't you just say, oh, can I watch it with you? That would have sounded a little better than you just watch it from the door. Kind of crazy, but whatever. So what is your thoughts on those segments?
Okay, so Tatum with Lyra, I actually like it. I think it's an interesting story. I honestly love the whole I'm a fan storyline, or like that. That's always something for me, like, because it's just a funny. It's just funny to me, so I like it. It's giving. Tatum wants to be a duo. Lyra, hear her out. I think she might have some good points. Hear her out, and I love Tatum has. I feel like she's fully figured out her look, and I love it. It's for me. She did it for me. In terms of Kiana, I'm still trying to figure out how Kiana was sitting 3 seats down from Roxanne, talking about when I see Roxanne, I'm gonna get her. I said, Kiana, girl, I know you see her. She's 3 seats down. You walked in facing her. You didn't see her? She really had you seeing stars like that? She was right there. I was just like, okay, Kiana, I believe you. I don't. And for the last one, I believe you said Ava. I remember her speaking to Paul Heyman that one time. I feel like Paul Heyman, he has his strengths, he has his power. He shows that on SmackDown, even though Nick Aldis is not going for it no more. But we've seen that, the power. And I'm sure whatever they had the conversation about, she got that power too. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if they made her like the GM of NXT. I mean, they don't have anything else going for her at the moment. So I think she's really great with talking. She's a great authority figure, as we've seen. So it's like, why not? And can I say the hair, the outfit, like she took me to Gag City. Like, whoa, you looked fantastic, girl.
Definitely agree there. I was like, all right, sis, I see it. I see it. But I mean, I guess putting it that way, I mean, I'm not sure how much Paul Heyman's supposed to have in NXT, but if you got hard to get some time, all right, that's a bit aggressive, I mean, I don't know, uh, with that being said, yes, before I finish my thoughts, it'll be super awesome if you guys could donate and share, support us, everybody's favorite duo, if you, feel inclined. But yeah, I'm okay with her because they aren't doing anything with her, and since Joe Gacy's been on a little loopy thing happening, I don't know what's going on with him, and so you got to figure out what's going on with her, and so I'm okay with that if it means giving her some more screen time, maybe to allow her to train. I don't know what's going on in the backstage, in the situation with that, but otherwise, we'll see. Hold on. With Rhea, don't follow me. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Why? Why? For what reason? We don't need that. That is a step down. Okay.
Tatum's great. I love Tatum.
Cool, but like to be with Rhea, like for Rhea to have to come down to a tag team, Rhea.
Probably not now, but I mean, like when she comes up and she's fully locked in, for sure, I'd be down.
And even then, she's cool, but like Rhea's my girl, and I'm like, I'll be doing like charity work. I don't know, Listen, I'm a Rhea fan to the end. I tell people this all the time. Like if I like women, Rhea totally. But I see the vision. But see, trying not to get distracted today. Trying. And yes, absolutely. I'll be a great GM. Okay? I'll tell Sean about himself. First of all, let me tell you who's not going to be in my TV Titan. Baron Corbin. Automatically. You get right off NXT. You want to talk smack to my guy, Alan Dragunov? All right. Well, now you get off here. Now I won't see you on TV, so you do shenanigans. That's what I would do. Nikita, she will go right to doing little Instagram stories because you would not be on my NXT, personally. Just gotta say. But yes, I'm okay with Ava. I guess seeing what they're. I was surprised. I guess more so none of them I'm okay with. Just like, oh, okay, well, you make your matches, all right, I guess. Which then leads. Oh yeah, just your comments because I'm like, Kiana, stop playing games. Like, ma'am. Girl,
she was like this. She was like, when I see Roxanne, it's over. Like,
ma'am, why? Like, stop playing. You saw her. You one of those people who be like, it's on site, and then when the site happens, you are not there. It's on site when she can't see you being in sight. It's those vibes.
they be like, this is a specific site, a specific construction site. That's what the site. Y'all didn't hear the whole sentence. See?
And so next up, there was a segment which made me a little bit sad. With Wesley pretty much announcing that he was injured, and so he came out on a crutch and said that he will be out indefinitely because of the back injury. And it was just it's so unfortunate because, like, you know, he did all of that to win, you know, to all of that nonsense thrown at him to kind of get back to the North American title picture, just to go down like this. This is like sad. It makes me sad. And so it was pretty much said that he, you know, he said how much he loved the business, and he seems like, you know, he'll be back soon. And I thought he seemed like, you know, it hurt. I was like, oh. And so Victor Joseph did say that he will be out from 8 to 12 months. This is a long time, truly. And so, you know, I'm hoping with the time he's gone, he comes back obviously healthy and healed. So, you know, maybe it'll mean he'll have a run on the main roster, honestly, because it's also like, what else can you do in NXT, truly, outside of maybe win the NXT main title? I mean, and so it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, though, Dominic Mysterio did come and mock him about this, and so Rey Mysterio told him he would face Dragon Lee at Deadline. And so I, you know, not really sure why Rey Mysterio. I like Rey Mysterio, but I'm not sure why he was also once again making the match. I was like, what is happening today? Why is all these where is Shawn Michaels? Okay, because like, why are you? Are you on break? Because like, why are you playing games? Why is everybody making decisions? What are you doing, Shawn? Let's get this together. And I like Rey Mysterio. How do you decide who's having the match?
He's still working on getting Jade on NXT, all right? He's busy right now.
I'm just like, why are you playing games like this? I just didn't understand why everybody's making matches with Shawn, but it did make me very sad about that, honestly. What were your thoughts on this segment?
I was so I was gutted. Like, I really thought he was gonna beat Dominic on Saturday. Like, I felt like he's definitely beating him. And so this is such a derailment. I hate it so bad for him. Like, and he was already gone for a certain amount of time before he came back. Like, damn, like, I hate this. Like, I'm such a Wesley fan, and I'm like sad. Like, 8 to 12 months, that's insane. Like, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm so upset. But the passion that he has and the way he made me feel just from how he was speaking and the tears, like, man, like, he can't come back soon enough. He is a star. Like, he is fantastic. He has had the best matches in NXT this year. He's been an MVP. And anyone that's going to say different, don't talk to me. Seriously. He has been doing his big one over and over. I think Dragon Lee might win, actually. I don't know. Like, I know he's kind of on the main roster, but it's like he's not in any... Like, I mean, he has something with Santos, but it's kind of like a means to an end before Santos gets to Carlito, so or Ray. So it's not really Dragon. So it's like he's not like... He's a needed part of the storyline, but not actually. So he can do something in NXT. It's fine. I mean, if Dominic can go back and forth between the main roster and NXT with the North American title, why can't Dragon Lee? I mean...
That's true. Yeah, it's very well, because I don't really see him doing anything with Santos either, honestly. I just like, I mean, okay, Dragon Lee, you're just here, you know.
And
no
like
shade
I said, Dominic needs to be free so they can work on their plan to jump Leather Pants and kick him out of the Judgment Day. That is more important right now. Like, Dominic, your eye is not on the prize. Literally not.
Gotta get it together, you know. Gotta get it together. And then there was a couple of short promos from a few guys heading out for the men's breakout tournament. Riley Osborne, Keanu Carter, Taylor and Heights, Dion Lennox, Luca Crucifino, Miles Bourne, Trey Bearhill, and Oberfemi. I hope I pronounced the names right. And so I'm like, all right, let's see what we're gonna get from these, coming out for the breakout tournament. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's true. I definitely did see there was a little bit of a tit shift to him trying to become heel. So we'll see. We'll see.
Who do you want to win from the breakout?
Honestly, don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. I feel like I need to get a little bit of more time for me to feel like I need my I gotta see. I'm guessing you had a person though, because you you got that, you made that face, so you clearly got a person.
I'm kidding. I said Dion, and the guy that Thea was hounding down. I think it was Riley. Was it Riley? And then obviously Baby Randy. We gotta go hard for Baby Randy too. They all pretty great, to be honest. Listen, I'm the real winner. What is the difference?
You're gonna be thriving. You're gonna be thriving. Hi, I was thriving with your Roman Reigns clips. You're gonna be thriving. Thriving. Okay, it's gonna be great. This now leads us to a matchup with Lola Vice, who is accompanied by Lecha Lopez, versus Tatum Paxley. And so it seemed, so Tatum was doing some stuff throughout this match. It was like showing off her odd flexibility. She was kind of twisting her body in like really weird ways. With this match, Lola did do quite a few spinning strikes in this matchup. And I felt like, to me, it sounded like Tatum was making Lola feel a little bit uncomfortable, if anything. And it was I did like that Tatum was able to kind of try to get her with some leg submissions, but Lola would turn that around and, she would win this match. It wasn't terrible necessarily. It was all right. I do think, performance-wise, she's like a solid person. I just, again, I don't know how I feel about necessarily her being like stalkerish. Personally, I feel like because we've gotten the stalkerish woman characters so many over the people, I think over the years we've gotten that weird person kind of stalking somebody else. I feel like we've gotten that so much with the women in WWE that I'm like, can we not do it again? But we'll see how it plans out. And so kind of her being weird with Lyra, obviously it's going to probably lead to something with the two of them at some point. I do, obviously I didn't think Lola was going to lose. But I don't know how I'm like, how I feel with the fact that just, I don't think Lola should have won the women's breakout tournament. I stand by this. And that, for me, proved my point of I don't think it should have been her. I know people are hyped up, but I'm a firm believer, stop hyping up people when they're not ready. And I don't think she really is. She has, I feel like her matches always go a certain level of, because she needs more work, personally. And so we'll see. I don't think she can really compete with any of the top ladies yet to get a title shot. Not even somebody I'm like, oh, I can see you in beating. I don't even see her believable enough for me to beat any of the people we've seen at a run for the title, or a Tiff. And I hate that I have to sit here and defend Tiffany in this. That's hard for me to do. But even I don't think she could take on her or Roxy. I just know I don't see that happening. That's all a Blair. I just know. And so I don't know. But it seemed like Lola also seemed like she wanted to cash in pretty soon. So we'll see. What were your thoughts on this?
I feel like the match was kind of it wasn't all the way there for me. I didn't think it was bad, but I felt like they didn't have the most amazing chemistry. personally. And I feel like I kind of agree with what you say, how Lola just she does a lot of striking, spinning kicks. Like, she's literally like me when I play a wrestling game, because I spam the same move over and over. You'll see it about 20 times before you see any other move of substance. It's me. I don't think she should have won, because I do think, like, I'm just not connecting with her in-ring wise at the moment. I think her character's cute. I think she's stunning. I think she has a lot of spice to her, which is fun, but I'm just not fully connected to her in-ring stuff. So it's like, I'm not all the way there. I would have definitely loved to see Kalani win, but we're past that at this point. So, can't change it. I don't have the time stone, unfortunately. But yeah, it was an interesting match, and Tatum, I love the look. Like, I'm just so gripped by the look that I'm willing to give her time to see what this is. Like, what is this becoming? And Elektra, she definitely is turning on Lola. You see the side eyes between them from backstage and in the ring. And then when she was holding the contract, and Lola goes, and I feel like Elektra had a look on her face for a second, but she cleaned it up quick and was smiling. But yeah, she definitely turning on her, because what she talking about? We gonna give it in for the tag titles. Lola's face was like, I was like, exactly, Lola, please stand up for yourself. What is she talking about?
Yeah, that was crazy. The wild thing, she get a tag title shot, like, oh, well, because I'm with you. Us. Just, be like, no, me. Like, let's calm that down, sis. I definitely do think she's going to be turning, because, like, bam. What world do breakout tournament when it means tag champions? Like, don't play games like this. Don't play like that, Elektra. Use some smarts, okay? And so this now leads us to our next matchup, which was Meta-Four versus Alpha Academy. And so before this, Joe Gacy would appear behind the commentators, pretty much telling Vic how the crowd loved his work. And I'm like, okay, Joe, if this is what you want to say. But this was a fun match. Maxine will take out Lash Legend at some point outside, which I thought was like, okay. And I thought that this was just really, 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 really fun. There was a good amount of comedy, but not enough that it took over the match. There were obviously moments that really hit, and that I really, really like. I actually truly believe Alpha Academy fits so well in NXT. I do. I feel, and this is no shade to them in the main roster, because I love, Chad Gable is my guy. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. But you think of how Chad Gable was before the shush thing, he was doing, is like, he was a fantastic wrestler, but there was no character to him. And how wrestling fans are. And so the fact that he kind of has somewhat of a character, you got these guys, they're fun, you got Maxine, and it's just a fun thing. But to kind of let them kind of thrive at NXT, I really like this. I definitely want to, first there was Chad fit both Gnome and Oramenta running, to the corners after he lost them in ankle lock, which I thought was really good. At one point, Maxine almost stole a win by, getting on Lash. And Otis kind of came in twice to get to Lash Legend, which wound up leading Lash Legend to pretty much picking him up and body slamming him. I was like, yes, Lash Legend. I said this when she first got here. I think she needed time to get it together. And I said that in regards to, she was very green and she needed to get better in the ring. But this is why she's in NXT, to allow her time to really, and she did her thing. Do you know, like, if I try to pick up Otis, I would probably get myself a hernia. And then all of a sudden, I am going to be in hospital somewhere. So you don't want me picking up anybody. I'm very tiny. I'm not going to try to do it to myself. But, like, the fact that the only other person pick up Otis, that was a girl, was my girl Bianca. And so to have two girlies, kind of picking him up. I loved the audience reaction to it. I thought it was like, yes, and I'm hoping that this is just they're gonna keep pushing this storyline. I think it's helping with Meta-Four. Like the fact that I think Meta-Four together, honestly, just works really well together. I think personalities work well, and so I think this whole thing between them and Alpha Academy is really helping both of them, both groups. And so I liked it. Aura did try to save Gnome. And at some point, I do think there's going to be another thing with that Heritage Cup. Very well, Chad Gable could easily get it, honestly. But this is again really fun. With that being said, Chad would catch Gnome in a Nova Rolla, and then he turned it into a Grapevine ankle lock, which again speaks on how good Chad Gable really is, and he wins the match. So I again thought this was really fun. I enjoyed what we got out of this. I do like both teams, just enough comedy moments. And I did see the comment as far as I do think at some point Lash Legend this may grow on her just a tad. I do feel that way. I do. But I think this is a really fun match. And again, Lash Legend, yes, sis, yes, I was so for that. What were your thoughts on this match?
Oh my God, such a fun match. Like, I really loved it. And just seeing, I feel like Maxine and Lash were like the MVPs for both their teams in this match. Like, they were pulling out a lot of stuff. Maxine just keeps getting better and better. I love her. Fantastic. And the same thing with Lash. Like, that body slam. In fact, I get to talk about that awesome body slam on BodySlamNet. Ad. I can't imagine now. But I really, really did love this match. I was really into it. And while I hate seeing Meta-Four lose, I do love Alpha Academy. So, I mean, fun match. I would love to see more of them at NXT, truth be told.
Yeah, I definitely with you on that. I can't wait to see what we're gonna get though, honestly. Especially just with the I want to see this go on for a little bit longer. Meaning, like I like what they're doing with this whole thing between both groups. And so this now leads us to it was Women's Iron Survivor Challenge Summit hosted by Byron Saxton. And so he hosted the summit, and he wanted things to be civil, but this really didn't turn out that way. Fallon did make, a thing with Tiffany, kind of early on. She made some mention like a yeehaw, which I guess I was like, girl, nobody asked for all that. Like, why are we doing that? We didn't ask for all that. We didn't ask for all that. But Tiffany and then Kalani kind of got into it about their gymnastic background. And I'm like, all right. And then Lash Legend like yelled in Tiffany's area. I was like, girl, why? Like, this is why is all this? But pretty much this kind of left with the four of them kind of, getting into a bit of a brawl between Tiffany, Kalani, Fallon, and Blair. When the set got destroyed. I know people think Tiffany's probably, but again, I don't think Tiffany needs to win this. Truly, I'm hoping it's Kalani. But if they decide to swerve us, then all of a sudden it's going to be Fallon. For whatever reason, we're going to get Fallon. Then I guess we'll see what they're going to do with that. But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty fun segment. It wasn't bad. I liked it. What were your thoughts on this segment?
I feel like all the girls were popping their, they were definitely speaking what is real. I feel like Blair is definitely going to, it's either her or Kalani. I think Kalani had a lot of nice little one-liners. Like, yes, girl, you better let them know you in here. But Lash, I'm sorry, hands down, she ate everybody up on the mic. Clean, easy, finish. I'm sorry. You cannot mess with Lash Legend, mic-wise. Like, not a lot of the girls in NXT, and that's nothing to them. She's just crazy elite on the mic. Like, that's just what it is. But I would love to see her win. Like, she honestly won me over. Because I was kind of like, I feel like Blair or Kalani's going to win. But I'm like, after that, I'm like, damn, I kind of want you to win, Lash. I don't know. She kind of turned, like, I don't know. Like, she really, really convinced me. Fallon, I do like when she say yeehaw. It's very fun. I like it. but she needs to leave. Like Tiffany, I feel like the only way she would get away from this hater is if they put it to the main roster, because it's like every day with this. It's every week. Like she imprints on somebody and just won't stop. Just won't stop. It took her forever to get away from Kiana. Like, my girl couldn't breathe. I can't take it no more. I'm gonna tell you right now, Fallon, I can't take it no more. Yeah, but I really, really loved it. And Byron losing his cool was really, really funny as well. I just want to answer this. Sean, I hope Cora is there. I really, really do, because I miss her. I love Cora. I need to see her. She need to come back. We seen the video on Instagram, Cora. Come on back like your boy did. Come on. It's time. We need you back. Come on, girl.
I mean, I'm okay with her being gone personally. She was annoying. She annoyed me. But you know, whatever. If you guys want her back, I guess. You know, yes. Well, I won't put the comment on the thing. I would say we don't talk about we don't talk about that anymore. That's the best way to say it. That's the respectful way to say it, I guess. We don't talk about that part of our, months ago, anymore. Good for them, but we just that's not us. Just so we're aware, But yeah, we'll see, what they are gonna do with this. I do think Lash is really good on the mic. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to see what we're gonna get. I do think they're doing a lot of pieces. So we'll see. We'll see. Uh, this now leads us to our match. With Axiom versus Nathan Frazier, and so this is weird because um last week it was said that after Nathan had to like nurse his black eye, I guess Axiom agreed to have this fight with Nathan, which is when we got the first memorable video clip, may I add. A Roman just saying he will love you, but also whoop you. I'm like, that's just tell it, King Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for just you know reminding me how amazing you really are. And this was the Thunderdome era. He was a menace even more back then because he had no audience. Okay, he was just. I was thriving in Thunderdome, but I was really thriving again when you put those clips up, and so I was like, yes, the vibes. Yeah, I'm trying. I keep that. Um, but basically, before this actually really got started, which I really wasn't sure how I felt about this, um, the women for the Iron Survivor challenge kind of came brawling from the back, and because this happened, and like Blair was able to kind of escape, but then Nikita returned to like lay her out since that was the person who injured her, blah blah blah. I don't know how I feel about it being like I felt like this could have been done at a different time, just because I was actually looking forward to the Nathan Frazier and Axiom match. I really was. And so to kind of have it with a referee had to kind of call no contest, I'm like, oh, well, this kind of sucks. I really, I don't know. I feel like this was probably not. I don't know. I felt like this is not the. You can continue the storyline without having it, and you can even kickoff as well. Um, you could have done this a few ways. It could have been like in the parking lot before the show. It could have been after parking lot stuff was going on. It could have even been during the summit. To be fair, to have Nikita, like I get y'all in the comments like Nikita, but we didn't need her. We didn't need her coming in messing up matches like I wanted to see. I was looking forward to this match, and I'm like, oh well, I guess now I have to see Nikita do what she do and then do her little karate that nobody asked for. I don't know. I felt like it's just ways they could have done this. And so this, especially because it was announced. And so this kind of made me feel sad. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm hoping, I guess, because Deadline is coming up, we will get it at Deadline, and it probably unfortunately will be with um on the pre-show. You hope it won't be on kickoff. You hope it doesn't, but it's just like, what else can you now make it with this little bit of time? So like, whatever. Um, but no, the beef. I got beef a lot of people. All right, if I see like Cody Rhodes down the street, I might be like, you know what, Cody, because like I just want to ask why you had that mustache that time that nobody asked for. However, with that being said, I can have the discretion to decide. I can wait till after the match. I just feel like, what beef could Nikita have that's that strong when Man was sitting here doing shenanigans? Like, how beef ain't that strong? What? Why didn't you get her? The beef was really strong. Let's be fair. The NXT parking lot is known for what? Shenanigans. Shenanigans always go down the NXT parking lot. What she should have done was get her in the parking lot. Blair was coming in to work, beat her up in the parking lot. That's real beef. That's the real beef right there. Like, I'm like, ooh, I'm not even letting you go to work. You know when Brock flipped Cody in the hallway and he hurt his little arm, and somebody was like, oh, he's going to work, and I was like, and going to work, people go get hurt at work every day, B. Every day somebody gets hurt at work. She could have got hurt on the way in if it was that serious. Just saying. But yes. And so it made me sad because I was like, oh, I was looking forward to that match. But what were your thoughts?
Yeah. You know, I was pissed. I had been waiting for weeks to see Axiom wrestle on NXT. And now when he finally gets a match, it's just ruined. Honestly, I wanted to see him. Maybe it was something they did as like, I don't know, because I mean, if they're having the match at Deadline, I guess they give the time. I don't understand. I just really feel like they could have just let the match happen. Like, I'm mad because I know they was going to eat it up. Of course, Nathan, you needed to learn a lesson. Your first mistake was agreeing with Baron Corbin. That's always going to get you chin checked, and you should have known that. Now you're sitting here mad, confused. Axiom was being a good friend. He's keeping it real with you. He said you was talking crazy and you got slapped. That's it. So learn from it and move forward in the future. That's it. Now you want to get beat up by Axiom too? Sure, you can. You really can. Don't play with him. Axiom better win on Saturday. I'm telling you. I don't want to hear it. Nathan, you cool. You really is cool. Like, I really do mess with you, but it's favoritism over here. So Axiom gotta get that win on Saturday. I'm not playing. Seriously, Mr. Turtleneck. I go crazy for my turtleneck kings. That's Dragunov, and that is Axiom. And Batista, when he had that white turtleneck, that one SmackDown, that was fantastic. I will never forget.
That was a gift. It gave. I just,
I had it on my wall. Stop playing with me. Like, listen, that was history. His story. You know, you understand?
That was definitely a gift. I was like, all right, Batista. All right, Dave. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, got me looking. Yes, definitely. But yes, turtleneck time is always on point. Turtleneck. You know what's crazy? I don't even like turtlenecks. Personally,
what?
I don't like to wear them.
What is this, George? What do you mean speaking facts? No, you don't speak on nobody's family. What facts come out of speaking to somebody's family? Don't speak on nobody. Nobody asked you, Nathan. That's the hard facts. That's the hard truth. Huh?
I just, I'm gonna stop you there, George, because as a mom, I wish a person would. I'm just saying, I wish a person would. Like, Nathan would have waited a week, parking lot, since you want to play games. Since you want to play games.
You're right.
I'm saying. And yes, y'all know I was using that Christian meme forever. I'm going to use it to the end. Anytime somebody mentions somebody with certain initiatives, Christian Cage. That's what y'all getting. You're getting those vibes. Angry dad vibes. Angry dad vibes. Okay? But Nathan, no. 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 Don't see as a mom. Don't do that because now you're gonna get flipped. Somebody mentioned my kid and you told me he was right. Craziness. Craziness. I just because you said Batista will like Mr. Frost. Let me tell y'all, okay, again. He was frosty in a good I was like, yes, Dave. Dave, he gave. He gave for years on end. Okay? It's gonna be like another 10 years. I'm like, ooh, guess what? That one time he had that white turtleneck looking fresh. Who was seeing him? Who was seeing him then? I just want to know. Who? You know, nobody was seeing him. He was on it. He was on it. But yeah, so we're gonna get that match with Nathan and Axiom, and he's gonna get what he deserves. I like Nathan Frazier too. That's my guy right there. But don't be talking shenanigans, like because what the Dragon do to you? First of all, how dare you agree with Baron Corbin? Baron? Yuck. I just need to emphasize the yuck part. Ew. How can you go so far down that is who you agree with? Okay. You are listen, I just gotta put this comment up because y'all know how I feel about Dijak and sunglasses. Y'all know how I feel about Dijak wearing sunglasses like he's somebody from Bad Boy Records inside, in darkness, wearing sunglasses. Like, what is wrong with you? Alright, Stevie? You Stevie Wonder now? You need glasses in all places? No. But you know who's okay wearing glasses? Dave Bautista. He's on it. You're right, he could never. Okay? Just had to make sure that's clear. Who's buying merch? I mean, I'll burn it. Somebody get that. Don't ever. I just need people to understand. Somebody send me Baron Corbin merch, and I'm gonna send hate mail to your house, and I'm gonna burn it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. This thing. There was a segment afterwards where Andre Chase pretty much said that Chase U is under academic probation. So I will have to say, because I know a couple of people who had academic probation, and I never knew it could be a whole university that's on academic probation. Usually when you're on academic probation, it's like a student was clearly not doing his job or her job or their job or whatever, and I'm like, these grades are not looking that good. We might have to put you on academic probation. When has a whole university be put on? It's crazy stuff to me. I was like, what kind of school is this? Imagine you going to school and somebody else did something and now I'm on academic probation too. What do you mean? Both of us? All of us? This is not a group. This is not a group trip. This is not a group effort. This is not a group project. That is your choice. Your choice. How we all get in academic, how? I mean, after Action beat him up, sure. You know, as the Roman Reigns clip said, I gotta whoop your ass, and then I'm gonna show you some love. That's the vibes. Okay, so it's long.
Beat him into submission.
He gotta beat him up first, and then once he beat him up, and they want to tag and be, hey buddy, hey pal, do you gotta do you? Okay, because that means Nathan would have learned his lesson. But yeah, I don't understand how the whole university was on probation. I'm like I said, imagine I paid for school or something, and now you telling me I'm on probation for something I actually didn't do. Excuse me. And so I don't know how that works, but whatever, Andre, do you, I guess. What were your thoughts? See, why are you?
They lying. Whoa.
I don't like these shenanigans today because George, I thought we were friends. I thought we had last week. I thought we were on the same page. I thought we have turned a new leaf. You know, I thought we was like, you know what, we're gonna be buddies. And now here you go talking shenanigans, talking about like he's gonna be acting for what? For being ridiculous, for mentioning kids, for agreeing with Raggedy Baron Corbin. Who agrees with him? Who?
It's crazy.
It's very shenanigans. I thought we were friends. I feel like now you got to go back to the non-friend list. Okay, you got to go down. You got to get demoted because this is crazy work. Demotion.
But why are they lying on Andre though? They're lying on Andre. That's the thing that's upsetting me about this whole thing is like, I feel like there's more to it. And Thea, if you feel so much a way about it, girl, leave the college. I've been saying this for almost 2 months straight. Just get out. Because I am so sick of the snippiness that she has with Andre. She has one more time. Oh, right. Yeah, because you did it. All right. Yeah, I know. Girl, you take yourself to ICDC college if you feel that way yet again. Don't come with this attitude. Andre, put your foot down. And if I had the time stone, I would go back to the pay-per-view. I'm sorry, the PLE. And I would throw the towel in my damn self. Because you know what, Thea? You're acting very ungrateful. You're acting very just, I can't even. But you know what? I agree with you. She know what I'm talking about, girl. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not the stuff with Andre. I'm talking about the stuff after. The ones, y'all know what I'm talking about. Absolutely, Thea. Absolutely. I haven't agreed with Thea in months. That was the first time I agreed with her. I said, exactly. Same. I'm right there with you, sister.
I just, because you said ICDC, which is crazy. I read the room with the buzz out the song. What is that commercial? Do you remember that commercial with the guy was like, if you sitting on your couch trying to figure out what you want to do, clearly she need to watch that commercial and ask herself, do you want to be on the couch doing nothing with your life? Because ma'am, calm down, calm down. And yes, I would have. I actually, she would have made it to the match if it was up to me. I'm like, you know what? Because you clearly not gonna appreciate this. Just go to the back. You don't know how to, beat clearly. See why am I gonna be aggressive? That's not even necessary. But yeah, she is definitely getting on my nerves too. But it should get on my nerves for a while. That's just me being extra because I'm just like, girl, please, please, for the love of God, please. I don't know. Write in a journal. If you're just upset about it still, just write in a journal. I don't know. Get a journal. Make a post on Facebook. Everybody else does that, right? Like, I don't know. Like like get it together. But clearly that's what she needs though. She clearly needs to be in one of these commercials. Okay? Or the Education Connection commercial. Tell me you remember that one. Where like you need to pick one, sis. You in a new school to go to, then pick one. Education Connection can point you in the right direction. Pick one. Pick one. Cause she's doing too much. Like relax. This now lead us to the Survivor qualifier match with Carmelo Hayes, Eddie Thorpe, Joe Cox, and Tyler Bate. And so, while I get, having Carmelo, I guess, because he did lose his match, it's also something that it's like, did he really need to be in this? He's been, like, he's been champion. Like, he's done a lot of NXT. He really don't need to do, you know what I mean? Like, he don't need to do all that, personally. And so, anyway, this was a pretty good match. They showed some footage, first of the NXT Anonymous, whoever NXT Anonymous may be, showing footage of Carmelo following Trick, before, and then he's like talking to him, and then you see him on his phone, and you see Lexus pretty much wishing Carmelo good luck before the match. I would say though, I didn't. So I watched a couple of times because I wanted to see how Carmelo was definitely not touching the screen on his phone, and I'm like, all right, like I get that you need to do what you need to do, but if you're supposed to be texting, I thought he was just like personally. If when I'm on my phone and I'm just scrolling, my hands will kind of move very similar. If I'm scrolling, if I'm not typing anything, I feel like if you got time in those seconds, and I type quite fast, may I add, that in the seconds from the video of him texting to Lexus King, that was like a couple of seconds. Stop playing games, guys. I feel like it looks incriminating, but I truly feel like, first of all, did he really send the text? I need people to just go, they tweet the picture, the video is on Twitter. Go to Twitter and look and tell me, is Carmelo's hands even touching the screen? What text is he sending if he ain't touching the screen? What kind of Professor X is happening? Because I was like, he definitely wasn't. I was like looking like, am I crazy? Like, is he not touching the screen? So I feel like the time wise, like you can type quickly. We got like the word things kind of pop up for you. when you're typing like the word knowledge, whatever the heck it's called. I can't think of the right name for it right now. It's like the word, it knows what you're gonna type. I just feel like, I don't know, it'll be too to say Carmelo. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm so glad, because I was looking at that. I'm like, I don't think he touched the phone. His hand did this, but I didn't see the screen being touched. I thought it was crazy, and I'm like what? I feel like it's too easy to imply that he did it. I mean, I did at first. I'm not gonna lie, but I just feel like that's too easy. It's too easy to blame Carmelo. Too easy. But this matchup, back to the match, was pretty good. Joe was able to pretty much sideline Eddie, unfortunately, send him into the steel. And he was, because his ribs all messed up, and I was like, oh, Eddie, I'm sad. I thought, again, it was a bit difficult at first to kind of follow because there's a lot of things happening at the same time, but I thought it was actually really, again, a really fun match. I like that, even though, I'm not really a fan of like Joe necessarily, and Eddie is my guy. I mean, I know you like him a little bit more than I do, Shay, but he is my guy, and so I'm like, all right. But I'm just like, oh man, it was kind of like I want him to win, but also I was okay with who won. And so, Joe pretty much almost knocks out Carmelo with his Glasgow kiss. However, Tyler was able to pretty much take out Joe with a Tyler Driver 98 to win, and so he is the one going on to the Iron Survivor qualifier. So I thought this was, again, really well done. And then it was like a thing where all of them were kind of in the ring, and then Dijak felt the need to come out, and then Braun Breaker felt the need to come out. They were disagreeing, and this brought out Trick Williams, who then also came out, and he said he was going to whip all the tricks. I'm like, all right, tricks for kids, do what you need to do. And then they went on breaking into a brawl, and I was like, all right. And so again, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really fun, and I'm okay with Tyler. I like Eddie, but I'm okay with Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is my guy. I'm okay. I just put that back up there for a sec, because that wasn't even necessary. Like, that was just disrespectful. This was talking about with Dijak's raggedy self, because how you, who wears glasses when it's dark, want to talk about trash? Are you not talking about yourself? Do you need a mirror to look at, yourself and be like, am I the trash? Am I the problem? You are the problem, Dijak. You're the problem. You're the problem. I didn't like that he did that to Eddie. Don't be doing Eddie like that. I didn't like that. I was highly upset. Like, Eddie has given us thighs and legs for days, and this is what you say, Dijak? This is what you say? And so I was just like, okay, that was rude. That was rude. With that, no, don't be laughing. Don't be laughing. We supposed to be buddies. Don't be laughing. That was rude. That was rude. But I was okay again with Tyler winning. But I feel like with all of this happening, while Braun definitely does not need to win this, is once again we're saying this again, Braun does not need to win this. He does not need to win this. Let him have his moments during that, but you don't need to win this. Like, you've also done enough that you don't need to win a match. I feel like this is to help elevate somebody else. And so with that being said, if I don't know how I'm gonna feel about like Dijak better not win, I'm gonna be upset probably. But I will be okay with Trick winning, because I feel like they're putting a lot of emphasis on him in this whole storyline of him like kind of moving himself from trying to branch away from Carmelo, and so I wouldn't be opposed to him winning this, honestly. But otherwise, again, this was a really solid match. Even when Eddie said he was going to win through the pain, and then he was thrown to the side, just terrible, just crazy stuff. I even thought, Dijak he did too much stuff for me, but the crowd was behind Trick, and so I'm okay with this. What were your thoughts on this match?
I mean, I was pretty okay with it. I was sad about Eddie because they're gonna stop doing him like this, and he better be getting his lick back on Dijak, which I know he will. Actually, I don't even need to say that because I know that he is. Keep playing, Dijak. You will be getting put down very soon. But I said if either Eddie or Tyler wins, I'm happy. So I got my way. I'm happy, and I honestly would love for Tyler to win. Truth be told, don't want to see Braun win. Don't want to see Dijak win. Truthfully, don't want to see who's in. I mean, Trick. When it comes to Trick, he's actually starting to piss me off. So now I am fully 100% on Carmelo's side. I feel like they're gonna do a whole like turnaround on the story, and Carmelo's gonna be innocent the whole time. And Lexus would have just Jedi mind tricked Trick. I know it's like tricked Trick into believing the foolishness. That's what I think. And then that's what's going to push Carmelo over the edge to then actually be on that type of time. Sickening, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, again, me seeing Carmelo, like at first I did thought it was him. I did, because it was him seeming a little bit annoyed with Trick. It was kind of alluding that they're gonna break up at some point. But I feel like it's too easy. And while I'm a firm believer as a horror fan that sometimes the easy way is to kind of put it right out there, like with Scream, where the killers are obviously the killers were from the very beginning. At least to me, it was. I just don't think it's Carmelo. That would be even crazier if it's like, I mean, this would be like soap opera drama, but like, if like Trick was just kind of doing this for a sympathy thing, and he was the one kind of like, let's pretend. I mean, it's very soap opera-ish, but you think of some of the stuff that happened back in the Attitude Era, it kind of will fall in line into that. So I don't know, but I don't really think that I just don't, not anymore. And like I said, that text of him not texting. I'm like, how he, like, I mean, you could type pretty quickly, but to say, what are you gonna say in seconds? Like, he's coming out, beat him up. Like, what do you say? I don't
Unless
know.
they had
I just
code words, they were like, just type L to me or something, because that's how quick it can happen.
what else? What can you say? Can you say, oh, he's coming out now? Like, there was no way he did that in that sec. Like, stop playing. I'm like, no, like, at the fastest typers, and I'm one of them. Don't do that. Like, stop playing games. Stop playing with me like that. I just feel like no. But then it was said that one, Carmelo did convince Ava to book him against Lexus at Deadline, so we're obviously getting that matchup. And then Hank and Tank challenged Gallus to a match next week, because I guess. So what are your thoughts on those segments?
Ava really getting business done. She going harder than Adam and Nick. Y'all better step up, because she's taking y'all spots the way she GMing up in NXT, and it's not even an official title. It's just she's getting y'all. I don't know how that match with Carmelo and Lexus is gonna pan out. I guess we'll just have to see. But I see if it's like a full-on match and it's not like shenanigans and foolery, I could see possibly Carmelo winning, or it could be Lexus if it's like Carmelo's so off his game. It's easy for him to be losing. Like, he's just off his game right now. So that could be it. And Hank and Tank, I feel like they're trying to soft launch them. With their tag team era, they're trying to do a soft launch. And so they want them to face Gallus. I do see them winning because I think this is a soft launch. So, I mean, hey, whatever. You know how I feel about Hank a large majority of the time.
I do know. I recall. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm just here for Lexus's entrance, truly, and then after that, it's whatever. But I do love a good throw-in entrance. I got to make this happen at some point. I don't know where, but someday. And so this now leads us to basically the last segment of the night. And so Baron felt the need and just come out there and want to talk nonsense about his his son and everything. I'm like, see, Baron, this is right there. This is right there that you deserve less. You deserve less. You deserve nothing. And so he was trying to get Alan Dragunov, and this is when, anger management, because, we didn't, I think I had a picture I was using for quite a while of Alan Dragunov when he was yelling at the side of the ring for no reason. I mean, he had reasons, but that was me, like, when Cody appeared at NXT. This was me when, a whole bunch of stuff was happening. So, and even with him doing all of that, Alan Dragunov said, smiled and hugged him. Personally, I would have slapped him up. Personally, he would have got flipped. Let them tell me this, he would have got flipped. But he did all that, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't think, again, Baron's not winning this. I will be very, 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 like, somebody had to get flipped. I also thought Baron's face was funny when Alan Dragunov hugged him. I'm like, you thought you was about to get some fighting words. He gonna save all that fighting. Whoa. Who this? Who's this person? Because, hi there, Mr. Miss. I'm not sure. I don't want to assume. But what do you mean? Don't do that. You don't come to the end of the show talking about this, what you want a title run. Excuse me? What do you mean? Who was sitting here like, I just can't wait for that title run? Not me. Not more. Okay? Whatever ways and, smoke signals, that's what I'm saying. Okay? No, none of that. But with that being said, after all of that, it wind up once again having a brawl with all the Iron Survivor Challenge competitors for the men, brawling as well, and Tyler Bate kind of stood tall, and so I'm like, okay, I guess Tyler, we'll see, but terrible. Okay, well, my bad. I'm just saying that you came in, come in here, start shenanigans, because, like, ew, yuck, again, yuck. Nobody wants that. But I don't think, I don't think, I don't think he's winning. I do think this is Alan Dragunov keeping it, but it pretty much this is how the show ended. And so, what were your thoughts on this final segment and the brawl? I guess.
I just want to say, the minute I saw this, I was like, Heidi ho out of nowhere. It's like I said it, but I was muted. But I was very happy about that. I don't know. You already know, Dragunov. They really are trying to like make him become unhinged, like, because he's a reasonable, calm person most of the time. It's when other people get him started, he's really be calm, minding his business. Actually, most of the time, people start with him, and then he has to beat them up. That's not his. Like, this is crazy. And now, Baron, you're gonna have to get beat up. I mean, you got him very upset. He reminded me of, like, you ever seen Friday? Or I think it was Friday After Next, with the guy in the store when Craig came in, and he was like, say something else. Like, that's what I felt like Dragunov was giving. He was like, say something else. Like, it's going to be really bad for you, Baron. He's going to slap the bald off you. You're going to have a full head of hair by the end of this match. Absolutely. That is, and I'm betting money on it. Stop playing with Dragunov. You made him take off his jacket for no reason. It's very rude, and it's not nice. Get him. Peel his muffled cap back blue, Dragunov. Please do it. Because he don't know. He don't know.
Yeah, my guy Alan Dragunov was dressed very sharp today, may I add. It's like, this is why. This is why you are the goatee turtleneck king. Okay? This is why. I was like, yes! But yeah, Baron just get beat up. I'm tired of him. I'm always tired of him. Even when he was just like there with his like semi-long hair, but not happened in the front, but happened in the back vibes. Even then, I was just like, ew, no. But here we are. And so you said you wanted to give your deadline predictions, or I guess you want to do that really quick.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go down the list, and we'll say, and you guys can also join in and say your predictions as well. I know George has been saying his predictions. So first match for the pre-show, we have Axiom versus Nathan. You already know my answer.
Same. I felt like we said. I felt like we did. If anything we said during the show if y'all got nothing else, you got that we want Axiom to win this because that's what Nathan Frazier deserves. So yes, I'm going with him as well.
Exactly. Next, we have Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King.
I'm gonna say, oh man, because it's like, do you want Lexis to lose his match, like his match, but then you don't really want? I mean, to me, I don't know. I feel like if anything, maybe I'm gonna say Lexis. Not that I want him to win it necessarily, but I just feel like, again, like as you said, Carmelo isn't on his game. Right. And again, if you're trying to further the storyline, you kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What else? If he loses, what else can you say after that? You start in shenanigans, and you got beat up. I feel like, so I definitely do think, yeah, it'll probably be Lexis, honestly, even though I would want it to be Carmelo.
Yeah, this is also Lexis' first PLE, so I don't know if they want to like jump him out the box just losing his first PLE.
That's what I was thinking too.
We're going with Lexis. Okay. I'm sorry, Carmelo. The next match we have, steel cage match, Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James.
I'm gonna have to go with Roxanne. Kiana's my girl too now, but I'm like, girl, like you keep doing, like you can have your bricked up bag, but I'm sorry, like after I feel like Roxanne's on a different level right now in regards to how she's dealing with people's shenanigans. So I'm gonna go with Roxanne.
Yeah, it pains me because I do love Kiana so much, but I think Roxanne is definitely gonna take this. I mean, she did get the last, so I don't know if maybe they wanted to. But then Kiana got. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roxanne. I'm so conflicted over here. Goodness. Okay. Next match, Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee.
Like, I know you want Dominic to move on to greener pastures so Damien can get kicked out of Judgment Day. But I don't feel like what did Dragon Lee do to win the North American Championship? Like, I'm thinking of all the people at NXT, and it's like, how you come back and you win a title? Get me real. I can't see that happening. And I think that's my reason. It's like I want it. Like I can understand Dominic losing it, but to lose Dragon Lee, who literally like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Dominic only because I don't understand why Dragon would win this. Like there's just a random, oh, you're going against Dragon Lee. Okay. That's random. I think it's too random for me. I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like if you're really gonna like how Santos can really talk some shit. If he loses and he already like now you losing this to Dom, like you can there's so many ways you can pull off with still. So I'm gonna go with Dominic.
Oh, stop. I'm crying. I'm gonna go with Dragon just because, the last time when they did have their match, there was like a lot of shenanigans that went on and he didn't lose like cleanly. He didn't lose clean. So I feel like maybe he was owed. That's the only thing I could think is they're like, well, it was a lot of the ring stuff going on. So maybe give him, but then I'm like, it's a stuff because he was on SmackDown so much lately. That's like kind of making me feel like maybe Dom should lose to someone who is full-time NXT, so they can benefit from that, beating Dom. Everyone can't stand Dom, right? So that would be great for, a babyface that's trying to really get over in NXT to get that. But I also love Dragon, so if he wins, and also, again, I have to stay to the plan. We need to get Senor Briefcase out of the Judgment Day. Senor Leather Pants, you got to go. You're driving me nuts. And they're replacing him with R-Truth. Absolutely.
I mean, I would invite R-Truth, the guy right there.
Yeah. All right, next match. Let me see this. The Women's Iron Survivor Challenge.
Kalani.
I'm
That's
going
why I
with
went.
Blair Davenport.
Okay. Okay.
The men's Iron Survivor challenge match.
I'm just off. You said his name was right. I'm just gonna randomly because I actually do not know honestly. Oh, this is the men. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna go. You said. I'm thinking Trick Williams. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that just makes the most sense to me. I feel so Trick.
I could see that. I mean, it does make the most sense just from a build standpoint, just from where you see how everyone has been booked going into this match. I'm gonna go with Tyler. I don't know. When I was seeing him surrounded by all these huge men, I was like, man, it would be great for him to win. It really would. I don't know. I'm always gonna root for the underdog. I'm a big underdog rooter. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Tyler Bate. Don't let me tell. There are no leaders in this group. I have said this. This is the 76th time that I have said this. I don't want to say it the 77th time. I'm going to tell you now. There are no leaders in that group. Yeah, there are no leaders in that group.
To be fair, I would be okay with Rhea saying. If she said it, I was like, all right. I just felt like when Damien said it, I'm like, my guy. You wasn't even like the first member. Like, calm down.
All right, next match and final match. Dragunov versus Baron Corbin. First and foremost,
I feel like we get this out Dragunov. Like anybody do some shenanigans, well, I got to see Baron, and I will have to go to Shawn Michaels' house myself. Don't play with me,
no.
Shawn.
No, I'm not.
All of a sudden, I'm gonna have to go. You're gonna be Michaels. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, Shawn Michaels. See,
no,
why we gotta do this? Listen here, my guy. Let me just like let's don't do that. Don't do that. Let's take those eye emojis. Okay, it's gonna be a bunch of X's over those eyes. A bunch of X's over those eyes. Because clearly you guys don't know how to behave. You don't know how to act. Alan Dragunov's gonna kick Baron's behind as he should. As he should. And then Baron can go back to the woods and get off my TV screen.
Ooh, not the woods.
Back to the woods. Okay. I'm going on Dragunov, Mr. Turtleneck goatee. Again, looking fantastic today, may I add. Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to point to the sky. Exactly. He was looking great today. Obviously, this is the first time, George, that I agree with you when you say someone's getting dominated. Because what is going to happen to Baron on Saturday is going to be generational. Anyways, and it's what he deserves. Because he started with Dragunov first.
He did. It is what he deserves. I don't like these hashtags. What is this? See, you about to be banned because like look how you acted. It is always time for the goatee. Listen, thank you. You know what? This is why you my guy right here. This is why you my guy. It's always time for the goatee. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. It's always time for that. But yeah, I feel like we for the most part I feel like we agreed. Except for like two.
Basically, real ones and all. Okay.
But yes, those are our you said this last match, right? So yeah, those are our predictions, guys. And so we have now officially reached the end of our NXT show. Shay, tell everybody what you got going on and where they can find you.
You can find me at Shay Sawyer was here on Instagram. You can find me at Shay Sawyer on Twitch, where I be streaming a lot of Dead by Daylight. A lot. And you can find a new episode of the Big Pop Theory podcast that just came out yesterday. I was about to say 2 days ago. Why am I already thinking it's Wednesday? Sick. Yesterday it came out. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple. Check it out. Definitely. I was yelling a lot. So.
As for me, I am on most social media. And Cat Trust E is a 3 on Threads, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter because I would never call it X ever. Um, and I may be adding some Twitch time. Um, maybe Dead by Daylight, because so to be fair, guys, I've had the game since 2020. I played it one time, and I was like, I'm gonna play it again tomorrow, and I never played again. And so we're about to be in 2024, and this tells you the vibes I'm on. And so this time I might be playing. So you could probably catch me, maybe with Shay, because I think I told her we are gonna probably try to do this together. Um, I do have some new interviews coming out, so that'd be great. And yes, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I will be live also doing some deadline previews with the guys over at BodySlam. So that should be awesome to get more of my thoughts and how Baron deserves less. I feel like I have to say that. But yes, that is what happened. That is what's happening. And again, guys, if you are inclined, definitely go and support us at slamchat.com to donate and share. But you guys have been super awesome as always. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys as always for making it fun. Just because that comment, I did see that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We appreciate you, even if you started off with shenanigans right away. And I have to now just give you. I have to accept you like precautionarily accept you. It's like you're on probation because and like that. But you cool, I guess. I guess we're not talking about Baron, but we do truly love you guys, and thank you guys for always making us laugh and doing the shenanigans that you guys do. And we will catch you guys next